Hello everyone, welcome to EdCam channel. In this video lecture, we'll continue the solid state. The subtopic that we are going to discuss about locating tetrahedral and octahedral voids. As we have discussed earlier, how the tetrahedral and octahedral voids are formed. In this lecture, we'll discuss about where are the positions of tetrahedral and octahedral void in CCP. Next, we'll discuss about radius ratio. Next, we'll discuss about the structure of ionic crystals. So, in this ionic crystal, there are two types we'll discuss. First one is AB type. Second one is AB2 or A2B type. Okay. So here is a picture shows about the presence of octahedral void in CCP. Now, in the further slide, we will detail discuss about where are the positions of tetrahedral voids and where are the positions of octahedral void in CCP. So without a doubt, let's start. Now, understand from the basics. As we have discussed, there are two types of voids are present. One is tetrahedral void, another is the octahedral void. How a tetrahedral void will form? By a tetrahedral void will form arranging the 4 atoms, whereas an octahedral void will form by arranging 6 atoms. So this arrangement we have already discussed. Now, a bigger question is, where are the tetrahedral and octahedral voids are present in a cubic lattice system or CCP or FCC. Now, if we'll consider this kind of tetrahedral and octahedral void, we must consider the crystal system. So, locating tetrahedral and octahedral voids. Point number 1, number of close packed pair be n. If any of the crystal system will take in the CCP or FCC, if the total number of sphere lets it be n, then the octahedral void generated is same as the number of atom present, and the tetrahedral void will be the twice the number of octahedral void. So to understand this concept, let us take the example. Let us a crystal system is there. Okay, so this is a crystal system. So in this crystal system, if let's suppose we are taking about any example, total 12 atoms are there. Okay, by taking 12 atoms, this crystal system has generated. Now, if 12 atom is there, that means the octahedral void that is present in the crystal system, that is 12. And the tetrahedral void present in this crystal system, that will be 24. Okay. So this is the basic concept of n, and 2n concept. Okay. Now let us take the examples. So if we look at this example, first we'll locate octahedral voids. So consider an unit cell CCP or FCC. As we have discussed in CCP or FCC, the coordination number that is 12. Okay, now we have to locate the octahedral void first. So this is the arrangement of CCP. So this is the arrangement of CCP. So in this CCP means cubical close packing, or FCC means face-centered close packing. Okay. So first one is this is a octahedral void. This is octahedral void. Okay. So the octahedral void is present at the body. Okay. So one of the octahedral void is present in the center. So it is present at the center. Now, talking about the total number of atoms present in the CCP. Now let us just talk about the how many atoms are present in FCC. So atoms to total number of atoms are present in FCC. Okay, face-centered cubic. So as we already know, in FCC, atoms are present at the corner. So atoms are present at the corners, plus atoms are present at the face. Okay, if you'll calculate the total number of atoms in FCC, so as we know, atoms are present at the corner. So what is the contribution of atom at the corner? So 1/8 into 8, because total 8 corners are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Total 8 corners are there. Plus atoms are present at the face. So how many faces are there? So total 6 faces are there. So each atom contribute in the face, that will be half, and 6 faces are there. So this will be 4. So what is this 4? 4 is the total number of atom present in FCC. Now let us look into the total number of octahedral void present in FCC. Okay, so you remember this 4 number. Now in FCC or CCP, octahedral void is present in center, okay, or in body. Okay, so as you can see that in this CCP structure, one complete octahedral void is present at the center. So this is our octahedral void. Okay, now in the next slide we'll discuss about where are the other positions where octahedral void is present. Now coming to the next position of octahedral void, as one atom is present at the body, one atom is present plus octahedral voids are present on the edge. Okay, so you can see that this is one edge. So octahedral void is present on each edge of CCP. Octahedral void is also present at each edge. Okay, so how many edges are there in this cube? Total 12 edges are there. Okay, and each edge atom contribution is edge atom contribution is 1/4, okay, of an atom. So you just remember edge atom contribution is 1/4. So as we already calculated that one octahedral void is present at the body. So this is 1 plus there are total 12 edges are there in one CCP. So each atom contribute 1/4. So into 12. So this is the total number of atom present in the edge. Now, what is the octahedral void then? Total number of octahedral void is here. It is 3. This is 4. So 4. So total number of octahedral void, that is 4. Okay. Now remember the earlier slide. If the total number of sphere is n, then total number of octahedral void is also n, as we have calculated. So in the FCC, total number of total number of atom is 4, and also octahedral void is also 4. Now coming to the tetrahedral void. So in FCC, this is the FCC structure. So in FCC, if you can see the small cube, so in the small cube, if you see that there is one tetrahedral void is created. So 1 atom, 2 atom, 3 atom and 4 atom. So in this 4 atom, one tetrahedral void is created. Okay. Now how many small cubes are there to form one FCC? Total 8, right? 8 cubes. So as we already calculated that in small cube, total number of atom, that is 1. Simple cube. So in simple cube, this is nothing but your simple cube, right? This is simple cube. So total 8 cubes are there. So how many atoms are there in total FCC? So that will be in small cube 1 atom into 8. That will give us 8. So 8 tetrahedral void are present. Now if you look at the summary, if total number of spheres will be n, then octahedral void is also n, as we have calculated in FCC or CCP. So total number of atom that is present 4, Octahedral void is also 4. Now coming to the tetrahedral void. So as we have calculated, so total number of tetrahedral void here, you can say that that is 8. Okay. So this is n, this is n, this is 2n. So next we'll discuss about radius ratio. So what is this radius ratio tells about? It tells about the for the stability of ionic compound, each cation should be surrounded by maximum number of anion. So we'll start from these basics. As we already know that, take any solid. So a solid is the arrangement of proper atoms, right? So what happens? That arrangement is also deciding the stability of this compound. Let's suppose atoms are properly arranged. That means that solid is considered as a most stable solid. But due to some reason, if the size of cation and anion they will vary, that will create a huge difference in the stability of this compound. So to understand that stability, radius ratio is defined. So this tells about the ratio of radius of cation to that of the anion is called radius ratio. The formula of radius ratio is radius of cation divided by radius of anion. So now look at this example. So this is the proper arrangement of the cation versus anion, where a cation is properly fitted in between anions, right? So this compound tells about the more stable compound. But whereas if we take this example, so this crystal is unstable because the size of cation is so small that it is not going to fit in between the void space. So this one is the unstable crystal. And if we think about the size of cation is more bigger, in that case also the compound or the crystal will be unstable. So here the size of cation bigger, here the size of anion is smaller. But in the middle picture, this will tell us about the proper arrangement of size of cation versus anion. So this picture tells about the proper arrangement of this radius ratio. Okay. So I think you must have got the idea of radius ratio. This tells about the stability of the compound. And we can calculate the radius ratio of different compounds. Now coming to this radius ratio, this is a calculation already done. So we don't have to again calculate or again rederive how do we get the radius ratio. Now I am going to tell you about one simple concept, that is for coordination number 3 and structural arrangement, that is trigonal planar. Okay, so how can you get this radius ratio and coordination number 3? So let us take the example of this one. Take 3 atom. Okay, so take 3 atoms, and in the 3 atom put one small cation. Okay, so again remember always anion size is bigger. This is anion size, and this small one is the cation size. Okay, now how the coordination number is 3. So if we look at one cation is surrounded by 3 atoms, right? So that's why the coordination number here, that is 3. Now the structural arrangement, if you see these 3 atoms, they are trigonal planar, right? So this is one trigonal planar, and examples are B2O3. This is the example. Now in the exam they will ask you about radius ratio of coordination number 3 or some trigonal planar. So you have to write this ratio, the lowest, consider the lowest value. Okay, so 0.155 is the radius ratio with the coordination number 3, and the structure is trigonal planar. Okay, next one, coordination number 4. So the radius ratio is 0.225 in between 0.414. Okay, it is in between, but in the exam you just take the lowest value. Okay, so this value, like for an example, in the exam if they will ask you the cation size is some given is this, and it is going to form coordination number 4 or tetrahedral structure, what is the anion size? So in that case you can say that this radius ratio, put these values. Okay, the first value, so you take this value, put the cation size and find out the anion size, or put the anion size and find out the cation size. So now the examples are ZNS, CuCl, CuBr, CuI and HGS. Okay. Next, coordination number 6. and the radius ratio is 0.141, 0.732. In between this, in the exam, take this value. And structure is octahedral, and examples are NaCl, MgO, and CO. Next coordination number is 8, and the radius ratio is in between 0.732 to 1. And in the exam, you take this value 0.732. Okay. The structure arrangement is cubic. Examples are CSCl, CSBr, ammonium bromide. Okay. So now let us discuss about structure of ionic crystal. So in this part, we'll discuss about the different types of the crystal. So first crystal, that is AB type. Example is NaCl. So this structure is called rock salt structure. Okay. And this AB type crystal, they will follow FCC arrangement. And or you can say that the NaCl, they will follow FCC arrangement. Okay. FCC, as you already know, atoms are present at the corner as well as face. Now the best example is NaCl. Now if you look at this picture, NaCl, so chlorine atom is bigger in size than the sodium atom. So what will happen? Chlorine will occupy all the corners and face. Okay. Now sodium, as the size is very small, it will occupy edge and center. Okay. Now in NaCl, the coordination number is 6. Now how the coordination number is 6? Just look at the example. So this is the center atom. Okay, this is the sodium atom. Now tell me how many atoms are surrounded with the sodium atom. If you see that one is there, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, above there is 4, this is 5, and down there is 6. So the coordination number is 6. Now coming to the number of unit per unit cell is 4. Now it is how it is 4. Now look at this box. So this box is created with how many atoms? 8 atoms, right? Now if you look at how many chlorine atoms are there, obviously 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you look at the sodium atom will be 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the sodium atom. Hence the number of unit per unit cell, that is 4. Now you can take another examples of rock salt, that is LiCl, KBr, AgCl. Okay. So now next ionic crystal, that is CSCl, cesium chloride. So this is the picture of cesium chloride. So all the chloride will occupy the corners, and cesium chloride will occupy body. Okay. And it will follow BCC arrangement. The coordination number is 8. If you'll see that this is the cesium atom, so cesium atom is surrounded with 8 chlorine ions. So the coordination number is 8. Now exam point of view, they will ask you what is the coordination number of cesium chloride. Okay. Or they will ask you about what is the arrangement. A, B, C, D options are given. So you have to remember these formulas. Next, coming to the zinc sulfide. So zinc sulfide, they will occupy CCP arrangement, as we already discussed CCP arrangement. So if you'll see that this picture shows about the CCP arrangement. Okay. So sulfur is present at the corner and at the face. So this is corner, sulfur is plus face. Okay. What about the zinc? So zinc occupy the half of the total number of tetrahedral void. So how many tetrahedral voids are present in CCP? That is 8, right? Half means that is 4. So coordination number will be 4. So if you look at this example, this is one zinc. Okay. So zinc atom, this is 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the coordination number. So other examples are like CuCl, CuBr, CDS. Okay. So now exam point of view, they will directly ask you the coordination number and the location of these atoms. So you remember this. Now next lecture we'll discuss about AB2 and A2B type of crystal. So first we'll discuss about AB2 type. So CaF2, calcium fluoride. The structure is known as fluoride structure. Now look at this picture very carefully. So in this picture, this is the CCP arrangement. So calcium and fluorine. So calcium atoms follows CCP. That means calcium atom is going to occupy all the corners plus face. Okay. Now F minus is going to occupy all the tetrahedral voids, and the coordination ratio is calcium 2 plus and F minus, that is 8:4, because per calcium there is 2 fluorine atom is present. Okay. So you just remember the 8:4 is the ratio of calcium and fluorine. Talking about the A to B, so that is anti-fluoride structure. Example is Li2O. So lithium occupy all the tetrahedral voids, whereas oxygen occupy CCP. Okay, and the coordination ratio of lithium and oxygen, that is 4:8. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, then share with your friends. And to get the more videos like this, subscribe to EdCam channel. And if you want to connect with me with my social media account, my Instagram and Twitter handle is this. And if you want to get more videos, just go to the EdCam channel and select video option. There you will get the more videos. Okay. Thank you.